Hi everyone, I'm Richard Winstone, the Regulator Guy. In this video, I just want to talk you through the new company that I've set up, UK Consumer Champions Limited, and the sort of goals and purpose of that organisation going forwards. So anyone that's been following me over the last 2 to 3 years, you'll know that I do a lot of work with Ofgem and I get regularly involved with their consultation processes. And I tend to produce videos on those consultations, simplifying them and explaining them, so you don't have to read the 100 pages of jargon that Ofgem have produced. You can instead watch a 5-10 minute video by me and understand what they're asking. And then I also produce my responses, make them available to everyone that's signed the petitions and everyone that follows me on my blog and such. So you can also get involved with the response process because they are open to the public. I've been doing that sort of piecemeal over the last couple of years, and I've been trying to formalise that with the Regulator Guy. The Regulator Guy is a great branding piece, but it's not something that I could register with Companies House because the word regulator is in the name that I gave myself. So instead, we've gone with UK Consumer Champions Limited. And the purpose of this business is exactly the same as what the Regulator Guy has been doing, but to formalise it more into a company structure and give you guys, the followers, like the people that have been engaging actively with these consultations over the last couple of years, a better platform in which you can engage with different regulators on different consultations that they produce. Effectively, I want to do that as an organisation so that it becomes a lot more formalised and we can start to grow a bigger audience and get more people involved, with the end goal becoming that I'd like to see a community, a country, where it is standard practice for households to get involved with regulations that affect their everyday lives. So the regulations that, the regulatory consultations that I've been looking at over the last 2-3 years, they've increased our energy bills by £250 for every household across the UK, but not every household across the UK has got involved with the consultation responses. But you're allowed to. They're open public responses. And this goes for consultations with other regulatory bodies as well. So Ofcom does it as well. There are many government departmental consultations, that are open to the public and we can all get involved with. It's just that the public don't know that they exist, and even if they did, they're so complicated and long-winded. It takes so long to get involved with that, most people can't. So I'm going to provide a platform, or UK Consumer Champions Limited is hopefully going to provide a platform that simplifies this process so that we can all be regularly involved in the consultations for the regulations that affect our lives. So UK Consumer Champions, to start with, over the next 6 months to a year while I start to build it out, will primarily focus on Ofgem consultations and getting involved with anything related with our energy bills. We'll also be targeting specifically consultations that relate to the cost of our bills, because there's a lot of consultations out there. They consult on everything. But UK Consumer Champions Limited will be focusing primarily on household bills. So we start with energy, and as it grows, we'll expand into Ofcom a little further. We'll look at Ofwat, because I've received lots of messages from a lot of you saying that I should be looking at our water regulator. So I will be, or we will be, as I expand the company. I'll get more people on board to help. And we'll also be getting involved with governmental consultations from various departments. If it has anything to do with our money, UK Consumer Champions Limited is going to get involved. Right now, we're in the setup phase. So many of you that have signed a petition, you will have seen the crowdfunder page that I posted last week. There's a link to that in the petition update that I'm sending you now. I'm also sending a link to this video to members of the End Fuel Poverty Coalition. If you're watching this, any support that your organisations can and are willing to offer would be greatly appreciated. At the moment, we're aiming for £25,000 as setup costs. As I said, I'll always be open with you guys about these costs. The £25,000 is to cover company costs and salary for the first few months while we look for further funding or revenue streams to give us more of a long-term basis. I also told you last week that I'd let you know what funds I've applied to. I've applied to the Climate Action Fund from the National Lottery to help hopefully fund staffing costs over the next 5 years. And if that comes through, which I'll know in 7 to 8 weeks, then I won't be needed to look for any more funding or revenue streams, and we can focus entirely on the work. If not, there'll always be some element of fundraising going on over the next few years until we get steady revenue streams coming in the background, or that I have other employees working on. So that's pretty much everything I can tell you about the money right now. As soon as I have more updates, I will let you know. But as I said, if you are able to contribute anything to the crowdfunder, it'll be greatly appreciated. If you're not able to support on the crowdfunder page, please don't worry about that. And always only donate or give any money that you can afford to give. Don't ever give anything that you can't. I'm not asking anyone to put themselves into further financial difficulty. I know we're in a cost of living crisis. But if you'd still like to support without giving money, then please do continue to share around the petition on your social media pages, email them out to friends, family, and colleagues. Talk to the random people in the shops that you see every day and let them know that this exists. The more support we can get on the petition, the more likely we are to have a proper voice when we hand the Ofgem report into Parliament, hopefully in the middle of July. So it'll be a couple of weeks after the election. So yeah, and I just want to take a second to thank everybody that has already given money on the crowdfunder page. There was a lot of support at the end of last week when I posted it. Especially to those of you that have signed up to be regular donors. I really appreciate that. Like, this money will go towards creating UK Consumer Champions Limited. Once that organisation is properly up and running, we'll have a website that you can sign up to, and hopefully a platform where you can go on, you can view the different consultations that we're going to be responding to. You can see video explanations and my responses to them that will be downloadable and editable for you. But I will keep you guys up to date with that once everything is started to be built. So you'll go on this journey with me. There'll be video updates all the time. If you do want to keep up to date, please subscribe to this YouTube channel or follow me on my blog at the moment, theregulatorguide.co.uk. You can subscribe to my blog there, and I tend to do updates on most things in written form there. So please do subscribe. Right, I think that's enough rambling for now. Thank you everybody for watching this video. I'll be back later this week, I think either tomorrow or the beginning of Friday, to talk a little bit about what we've seen from the debate from Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak on the energy industry, the energy market, and what it's likely to look like depending on which parliament, which government gets, which party goes into government after the election in July. Thank you.